That tiny piece of tissue can multiply into hundreds, then thousands, then tens of thousands of genetically similar plants. It's still cloning. We lived in Texas for a few years. When we were in Texas, my biggest hobby was my Texas native garden. Then we decided to move back to New York City. I had to leave my agaves, cacti, and succulents behind. I miss them every day. I wonder how they're doing in other people's house or still in that yard. After we moved back, I started browsing houseplants. Then I stumbled onto something that made absolutely no sense. Some of these plants were selling for thousands of dollars. Not giant plants, tiny, tiny plants. Sometimes just a single leaf. How? It all starts with a mutation. Every so often, a plant cell mutates completely by chance. Most mutations are invisible, but every once in a while, one creates something spectacular. A leaf develops white marbling or pink variegation or an unusually dark, velvety texture. Someone notices it, posts it online, collectors start searching for it. And suddenly everyone wants the exact same plant. Here's the problem. If you collect seeds from that plant, the offspring usually won't look the same. So growers don't rely on seeds. They clone the original plant. You're making another copy of the same individual, a clone. That means every monstera elbow in cultivation traces back to one of a relatively small number of original variegated mutations. It's just like all the bananas that we eat, that we buy from grocery stores. They are clones of each other. I don't know if you knew that. At first, this process is incredibly slow. One cutting becomes one plant. That plant grows for months, then finally produces another cutting. Meanwhile, thousands of collectors are all chasing the same mutation. Tiny supply, huge demand, crazy prices. Then I learned about tissue culture. Instead of taking one cutting, scientists, and actually you don't even have to be a scientist to do that, people can easily create a pseudo-sterile lab in their house. You can just take a small piece of the plant tissue, usually it's a growing point or a shoot, then you can start cloning that plant very efficiently, very affordably. Piece of tissue can multiply into hundreds, then thousands, then tens of thousands of genetically similar plants. It's still cloning. One of the best examples is the Thai constellation monstera. I'll put the picture here. For years, it was one of the most sought after houseplants in the world. Then tissue culture production ramped up. Suddenly, garden centers started carrying them, and the prices that had once reached thousands of dollars dropped into the hundreds, and eventually much lower. Look at how much they cost on Etsy now. That's one of my favorite things about this hobby. A random mutation becomes a luxury collectible, then biotech makes it accessible to almost everyone. This is crazy. Everything is all wrapped up in a single leaf. Anyways, if you're always going after the newest, the latest mutation, please do. If you're like me, someone who just appreciates the aesthetics of houseplants or indoor jungle look, I encourage you to spend more time on Facebook Marketplace. I recently purchased this Philodendron jopeii. It's native to French Guyana. It was discovered in 1991. I purchased it on Facebook Marketplace for only $20. It is considered rare. I'm not sure if it still exists in the wild, but they definitely still live in our houses.